I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's review. Today is December 13, Wednesday, 2023. Hope you've had a good holiday so far. So I just came back to reiterate just a couple things. I'm going back on my hiatus or whatever. I got married, and it was this past weekend. Lost my voice a little bit, and decided to just take a trade today. And my honeymoon starts tomorrow night, going to Peru for a while, and then again I'll be back in January. No, probably February, beginning of February. January should be a sloppy month, but for those who are curious, here is our wedding day, Sunday. Beautiful wife here, Amanda. And yeah, we had a good time. Pretty pimp shit. Look at my suit, you know what I'm saying? All white, baby. Just like her, you know? But anyways, that's us. But so as you see here, okay, when we were mentioning that kind of like the outlook that I looked at before I left, November 21st was the last video I made here. And I said that we would kind of retrace back and then come up to take out that high that I mentioned. That's that July 19th, I believe, right there. As you can see, the pullback and pulling up, and we did get that. Now, we didn't get, this was a little overzealous, I do admit. But the reason why I liked it was because of the liquidity here, right? For people who got into this breakout trade, so to speak. So, and for the fourth quarter. So we ended up coming back into here, almost 50% of this daily imbalance that I've got highlighted. And then I'll show you right now. And then from there, and then taking out that liquidity I got shown here. And then boom, we've been buying ever since. Now we did go up a couple times before they did that though. So let's go into it. Again, I was busy and I wasn't even trading. So to get back in the swing of things a little bit, I just wanted to take a trade today. But as you'll see here on the 4 hour, this is when I made the video November 21st. And I said we would come back down here and then come back up. So it looked like it similar, but not exactly. Obviously, you can't obviously predict the market the way I did. But we came up one more time here, which was November 22nd. We played around here. We came up again November 29th. Obviously, you know this. November 29th, right? And then we started making lower low, lower highs, just a couple drives down and targeting that liquidity and getting into this imbalance. And we were reaching about 50%, almost 50% of it. And that was it. We did bounce off of this gap. Look at that gap. Look at that. Look at the way they hit that. That gap is from, if you're asking or thinking, that gap is from Sunday the 23rd, July 2023. So we bounced a couple times off of that. But look at the bodies here, respecting 50% of this wick right here. See that? Look at the bodies right there. See that? Bounced a couple times off of that, came back up, retraced back down into that down candle, and back into that imbalance here, as you see, and then just kept buying up. Look at this run, man. Crazy run here. So higher highs, higher lows throughout the whole way. Their objective, as I was mentioning, was probably to take out that high and be, as far as the historical data goes, to make new highs, right? And pretty much they're just wiping out all the sellers here. And we're in no man's land. I mean, this is, and for every asset, if I just briefly take a look here, look at ES, they have not done that, but it looks like they're on their way to do that, to take out those highs. I would look out for that too, if there's a failed high or a divergence. But so they're coming up to take out these highs, man. And then look at Dow. Also wiped out their highs, and they're in 37,000 range, which is crazy. Look at this. Look at today. Big movement. Obviously, we had CPI news yesterday, and it was decent. And as far as the numbers goes, and the rates for today stayed the same. So that's their excuse to push it up. And you weren't looking to be bearish. I mean, look at this run, man. I mean, this is crazy. But and let me go. If I even swipe over, which is funny, this is funny. I didn't really show this to people, but this is. I'm not teaching channels or anything like that, but I had drawn these channels, in the beginning of the month of October, and sure enough, when we wiped out that liquidity, this is Dow right here. When we wiped out that piece of liquidity, I mean, they broke out. Remember, if you remember that month that the video that I said about this big ass bullish candle. This is a week chart, isn't it? Yeah. This is a week chart. I was mentioning that week chart being that candle being massive. So I'll go to a daily, and again, I haven't even done any markups or on anything. I've been literally, I guess you could say, vacation. But stupid run. Look at that. But look at the breakout there. And I drew this here, and then to bounce up, and sure enough, look at it, beautiful, man, fucking beautiful. But anyways, we took out that January 3rd high or 6th high right there, and we're in no man's land. I mean, this is new all-time highs territory. History in the making, technically. Look at this big ass gap here. I'm assuming that we're going to come back down when we retrace. But, and then if I go over dollar, I was mentioning if you watch the videos, we get this lower low, lower high. We probably get a bounce here, I said. We did get that, but that didn't hold. They came down again and got a nicer bounce here from this so-called support, not teaching support or anything, or in resistance. But, and then you got this good reaction down here today with the news of the FOMC, Fed Powell talking. But it looks like they're going to be trying to get into this right here. This liquidity here. I'm just gonna draw it like that. Looks like they're gonna try to aim for that. Possibly. If not, well, I assume so. But and then maybe we'll get a bounce from here. So kind of like something like that, But I'm not trying to predict the market at all. This month, the rest of this month is going to be iffy. January is going to be really tough. If I was you, I would really be nimble and just take basic trades. But I don't expect it to be a good month. But back to the trade here, I wanted to mention, as you see, there's so much to discuss. But speaking as far as today goes, if you had the bullish of the bias of bullishness, you would be obviously correct because we're aiming that high. Plus, see on the we had all this daily sloppiness here, these highs here. So that's right there, right? If I'm talking about November 29, that high, and right above it was sitting that high. So when it comes to historical data in the fourth quarter, we do expect this bullishness. And if you recall, we've been talking about it since down here. So, and then this is the run, this is the result. But you'd be wanting to look for obviously bullishness. Now, I looked for the sell today only because of the fact that this is pretty high. And at the same time, some type of retracement would be healthy. But I wasn't going to be a part of the news or anything. And today, specifically for me today, I was not part of the whole day, except for the power hour. So 2 o'clock, I wasn't involved, even though that was a new buy. And then 2:30 came in. It came right here. It came up, bought again. And we came up here, and this 5-minute chart isn't really going to help. But I basically looked at it like, okay, we're a little bit on the oversold area. I do expect some type of retracement. I'll try to catch that trade. So I waited for the power hour to kick in, which is now 3 o'clock. We got these 3 drives here, right? And if you look on the indicator, again, I'm not relying on an indicator. I'm not teaching an indicator, but you can see, generally the 4th time's a charm for me. But I wasn't counting this, right? Because this 2:30 news that happened here, right? So again, I'm not going to be involved at 2 o'clock or 2:30. So let it do its thing here. You got the 3 drives here, and then from here you can see that we're on an overbought area again underneath those highs, and it's looking for them to kind of wipe them out, balance that price right here. And then if you look on the 15 minutes, just so I can explain the trade, when I was taking this trade, what was I relying on? Well, all-time highs, number one. Number two, we had these 3 drives right here. Number three, I have this little gap right here on the 15 minute right there. And we had some liquidity here. But here's the thing. You don't need to be right. And I'm glad I took out the trade when I did it, because take a look. As you see here, I have got the gap highlighted on there's a gap right there on the 15 minute between this candle and this candle right here. You see that? And then I had this liquidity with this down candle. Now the issue with this is why I took the profit here, and I'm so glad I did. But because it can possibly still make a new high, right? Obviously it's very bullish and over manipulated on the top side. So number three, this on the 15 minute, you see this down wick here. Now the problem is that and that's kind of like you can see it with this down candle on the 1 minute. Well, 50% was getting respected, and I'm like, okay, well, when I'm taking this trade, and I get the highest trade. So this first candle closes. I'm gonna go back to it, but this first candle closes, and then it peaks back up into it, and then it starts coming down. So I'm already in it, and I'm already very confident in coming into this gap right here, and into this wick because of people buying already here, and it's around that 2:30 news embargo, right? So with that being said, you don't need to be right. And if I was trying to be right, I would have lost the whole trade, and it would have came against me. So between 3 o'clock and 3:30, I was only interested in that little section plus this down candle, 50% of it. Take a look there. It's respecting. And if I waited for it to take the liquidity, I would have been asked out. So because this could have been just a higher low, right? And that's exactly what it did. But when I'm taking this trade, this is what my main target was, this gap right here. And then after that was getting into this wick right here. Not wick, this down candle right here. And that's it. So let me go back to this. So you can see, take a look. Let me open it up a little bit. Boom. Perfectly respecting. Look at the bodies right here. Look at the bodies respecting 50% of this down candle. So, and that could be a form of support. So, and this never panned out. See that? So we're coming for it eventually, but the point is that the point of this lesson is that you need to not be right. You need to take profit. So as you can see here, the trade, and yeah, and then we ended up opening up, and look, and now we came up and took out that high. Another reason why I don't want to hold a trade like this. Another plus reason that it came down and was on the oversold area here, and I said, you know what, no thank you. Very good decision making on my part, right? So look, we're all still going up. And let me see, was there something else I wanted to say here? Yeah. So you're going to change into the new contract here. We were dealing with this quarter, NQZ 2023 plus all the other indices were the same. The contract is expiring December 15th. So we're the 13th here, but now the volume is showing more on the next nearby contracts. So if you're S&P, you were ESZ. Now you're looking at ESH24. You can see the volume is more here. And then also you can see for NASDAQ, NQH, and starting to get more volume there. And not sure why they don't show the Dow, but I'm pretty sure it's in the same boat. But excuse me. So you're going to want to switch to NQH or ESH24 or for Dow YMH24, right? So yeah, you're switching your contract, and it will be this. NQH 2024. Look at that, man. That's fucking wild, dude. And for with everything going on and the value to be here, they're full of shit. I'm just gonna say that. But if you look back at, I'm not gonna review Dow or anything, but if you do look at this, I mean, what was the basic premise here, right? Like, I mean, you had, where is this tool? You had this here, from here, higher low, and now that's just showing us the higher high, right? So it's like that's really what all happened ever since COVID, right? But I know, which is obvious, but this liquidity here, I'm assuming will come for it. But right now, we're gonna get it's gonna be ugly in January. It's gonna consolidate, and it's gonna be very manipulative. So what I'm trying to say is, let me go to this. So a lot can happen, obviously, then, but I'm expecting some price action like this. This whole block of price action, I'm expecting to see that like here, and for sure. So I don't really. Let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you? I mentioned that, showed you that, showed you that. Yeah, man. I mean, dollar is. I'm assuming dollar is going to keep coming lower, so that's going to keep pushing us higher. And as far as the historical data goes, again, when I mention something, you got to take it kind of lightly. But obviously, I was way over what it did. We came right here and then we bounced up, right? So, the purpose of saying that is that in this scenario, again, there's no data up here. We've never been up here. I don't have anything to the left of the chart that I can rely on. So if I was to rely on historical data and what general gists go, forget the times that we're living in. And if we're just looking at typical price action, I'm assuming that we're super overbought. That's for sure, right? So that being the case, I think, we'll get something like in this nature. We might get something like this and then come back down. So, I'm looking for something like this. Now, this is assuming what I'm saying is right? Now, if it's a typical historical data scenario, we are generally, when we hit January, so when is January? Right here. Okay. So we're middle of December here. If we play around here, we do this and then, and then we can consolidate going back and forth this way. So, well, let me do this again because that was a bad example. But I do expect something like this. And then if it's going to be a regular time, that we're living in type of movement, then it's gonna be ugly, dude. And then February, wherever February is here, let me go to. Let's just say this is now February, and then we're going up, right? Like we're literally going up, for that quarter's leg. So that fourth quarter's leg will be going. I mean, don't follow this exact range or nothing like that, but the fourth quarter, the second month, which is February and March, we should see it coming up, and then March, I believe March, you should see March come down and then wipe out some liquidity, and I know that looks crazy, right? I get that, but I'm expecting something like that where the end of next quarter we'll find ourselves coming down for all these people who are buying here, especially coming right back to here, breaking out here for all the institutions that were breakout artists and don't even know what they're doing, right? So other than that, let me see how long I've been talking. 19 minutes. That's good. Yeah, man, wild, pretty wild. And then as you see, look at ES. They haven't took out that high yet, and they're rolling right to it. So, and then Dow as well. Man, look at that, man. I would have never thought that that would have happened this year. I wasn't, when I was telling people a long time ago, I never said that that wasn't possible. The regular flow would be that, right? Like, you know, this quarter coming up, this quarter coming up, right? But this run, I never expected it to be this high. But hey, they wanted to get rid of all the people who are selling from this catastrophe here. And that was January 5th when I remember. It was January 3rd, actually. I don't know why this chart shows it this way, but I remember it live when this broke. I was like, I called it that we were going to be coming down. And sure enough, we did for the whole year of 21 and 22. But anyways, I didn't expect to see this new high this year. I didn't expect to see that. But if there was going to be a year to do it, it would be the fourth quarter. It would be this pump here. And they wanted to wipe out all those people who are holding for that sell. So they've accomplished that, right? And, you know, they're making new highs here, new equity here. But if I was, let me put it on pause. I thought I did a projection. 1 second. Or maybe I did it for NQ. But if we were to take a look at just a projection here of this pullback from here to here. Let's look at this. See this level right here? I'm going to delete this. This shouldn't even be there. Anyway, but yeah, I did it on, hold on a second. I did it on NQ. All right, here it is. So I like this level here. If you're in NQ right now, we've already broke highs right here. And if you do a retracement from this pullback down, this whole range here, one standard deviation would be here, which is 16,996 and 3/4. And if you do the retracement from here to here for this pullback, it comes out to 17,024. Very close. Very, very close. So this area right here is if, you know, to make a long story short, what I'm expecting for a sell or a retracement is somewhere in this world right here. See this levels here? So I'm looking for something in this area to take a nice sell. Because look, you got this big gap right here. You got breakout artists who bought through that. So let me just highlight that. This is not even this is not the right contract or anything. It's not a contract or anything, but this gap right here. See that? And this more specifically here. And let me just do that. There you go. So that little space right there, I can see us coming back to that right there. But I'm not, I mean, I wouldn't do shit. I wouldn't be trying to hardcore hold position sells until it reached this area here. So that's where we're at, man. And if I was to zoom out here, obviously we don't know, but you could see a projection here. Even if I use another fib, not fib, yeah, right here. I'm obviously talking about like big picture here, so don't rely on this like for tomorrow or something. But let me go to let me go to this right here. And then let's put the projections on there. Where are you at? All right, so wow, that's a pretty extreme leg. But I mean, we're moving, man. I mean, they're moving. So I don't know about this. I'm just gonna delete that. I don't like it. Doesn't really match anything but a 2 standard deviation here. So if you're asking me what these levels I like here, I like definitely this. I'm just gonna do that, and then I like the. What could we end up reaching to? Well, let's see here. Again, I haven't done much analysis. I have not marked up charts. I've been super away from the charts. First time I've been away from the charts like this. It's so crazy. But anyways, this is another area that I like too. But I mean, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is generally the gist of what I'm looking for first here. So, all right. So hope this helps you guys. Take care. I won't be back until next year anyway. I just wanted to come up and do this video. And hope this helps you guys. Take care and God bless.